Welcome friends. In this video we'll see the Navier solution for lateral deflection of simply supported rectangular plate. This We are studying this under the heading of theory of plates. Okay. In this we'll see two types of loading. First one will be sinusoidal loading and second one will be UDL. So we'll try to find out the equations of deflection, moment and twisting moment, bending moment, twisting moment for the particular loading. Now we'll consider a rectangular plate of side A and B, small a and B, which is simply supported on four sides and subjected to distributed load Q, which is function of two variables. It is a function of two variables x and y, and can be expressed in a domain of 0. X is greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to a, whereas y is also greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to b. So this is the domain for x and y. By double trigonometric series we can write, I will directly show the equation in the notes. So we can write directly W is equal to summation of m is equal to 1 to infinity, n is equal to 1 to infinity, W m n sin m pi x by a sin n pi y by b. So this is equation for deflection W, and for qxy we can write m is equal to 1 to infinity summation 1 m is equal to 1 to infinity summation n is equal to 1 to infinity q m n sin m pi x by a sin n pi y by b. So where m and n are odd numbers like 1, 3, 5 dash dash dash. If you take m and n, m or n equal to even number, then this term will be vanished. So we'll see that in the next part, but for now I am telling you why we have taken this odd numbers. Okay, so this is the diagram of plate shown here. Now to calculate any particular integration qmn of this series, we multiply both sides by equation. So this equation is this. So we have to multiply this equation by sin j pi x by a and sin k pi y by b. So we have to do this adjustment. You have to remember this. There is no alternative for this. You have to remember this. This is adjustment done in order to get the required solution. So we'll multiply this equation by this on both sides. Okay, so and integrate with respect to x and y from 0 to a and 0 to b. So after that we can rewrite the equation as we have integrated equation on both sides and we have multiplied by this term on both sides of equation. So this equation was become like this. So now if you know integration, basic rules of integration, then you can readily perform this integrations which are done here. So performing integration with respect to x, we get, now if you integrate this equation with respect to x, what will you get? So we have to take in consideration only terms which are there in the terms x, the term including variable x will be considered for integration. So all other terms are treated like constant. So here this is term containing x, so we'll consider all other term as a constant. And if you take integration of this, so now here you can see, if you put this integration, you can directly see that this integration will be 0. Okay, so if you have any query regarding this value of this integration, you can ask me. I'm just considering that you are very well known about the basic rules of integration. Okay, so now we have to integrate the other equation with respect to y. So we'll integrate the variables which are means the terms which are having y. So if you integrate this, again you will get 0 at n is not equal to k, obviously. So at m is equal to j, performing integration, what we will get? Here we have not taken m equal to j condition, so now we are considering this condition, so we'll get this value. So if you consider m is equal to j, m is not equal to j, then you will get 0 answer. And if you consider m is equal to j, you will get this term. Now here also we have to use one simple formula of trigonometry. So I can show that formula to you. So we have used this formula of trigonometry here. 1 plus cos 2 theta equal to 2 sin square theta. So we have sin square here. Okay, so in that place we can use, now if our formula is 1 plus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 sin square theta. Okay, so now we have sin square theta here. So if you take this 2 on left hand side, you will get half into 1 plus cos 2 theta. So here theta is the term in the bracket, and so we can remodify this or rewrite this 1 plus cos 2 theta, 1 by 2 into 1 plus cos 2 theta in place of this sin square theta. So they have written that here. So if you write that here and if you integrate the bracket, you will get this term. Again we have taken lower limit and upper limit. If you substitute this limit, you will get a by 2 here. The left hand side term is kept like as it is. Okay, so if you similarly solve the integration of sin n pi y by b and sin k pi y by b, you will get b by 2. Okay, so if anyone from you is not understanding this integration, please you can ask to me directly. I'll tell you how this integration had came. But right now, if I waste time in explaining the rules of integration, so it will be very lengthy to understand the derivation. So that's why I have not explained the integration. Okay. Similarly, we have calculated this equal to b by 2. So now if you substitute equation 2.32 and 2.33 into equation 2.31. So let's see what are these equations. So equation number 2.32 is this, 2.33 is this. So which one is equation 2.31? It was this equation. So the equation which is multiplied by this constant. Okay, so earlier we have made this equation. So now in this equation, if you put the obtained value in place of this and this, you will get simplified equation. So let's see what is the simplified equation. So this is the equation which we have simplified after the substitution. Okay, now here we can write QMN equal to we have taken this QMN on the one side and all other terms are taken on the right hand side. Okay, so performing the integration, we can obtain this equation. This so I will not waste much time in reading these statements. You are already looking at this statement. Okay, now here now substitute the solution of W, equation of W 2.29 and QXY in fourth order governing differential equation. So we'll see what are the equation 2.29 and 2.30. So 2.29 equation is this, which is assumed at the start of derivation, and this is equation of q. We have to substitute values of q and w from this equation to the governing differential equation, fourth order governing differential equation, which we have derived in the previous video. So we have to substitute this value in the same equation. So I'll show which one is the fourth order governing differential equation. This is the fourth order governing differential equation in terms of w deflection. Okay, deflection. So dou raised to 4, or you can say dou 4w by dou x raised to 4 plus 2 dou 4w upon dou x square dou y square plus dou 4w upon dou y raised to 4 equal to qxy divided by d, where d is flexural rigidity. So we'll substitute value of w in and q in this equation. When you substitute value of w and q in this equation, fourth order governing differential equation, you will get equation in this form. So you have to simplify this equation to get wmn. So all other terms are taken on the right side. Now here this equation w, equation of w which we have assumed at the start of this derivation is taken here, and we have substituted the value of wmn in this equation. So we have got this equation of deflection. Okay, now we can proceed towards the first condition of loading, that is simply supported plate carrying uniformly distributed load, intensity q0. Now let me clear one thing. I'm just dictating this derivation because it is very simple. If you feel that this derivation is hard, you can practice this derivation, because all other things are like just to adjust the things. We have to make adjustments. We don't have to use any conceptual thing in the derivation. Okay, so we are just doing the adjustments. So that's why I have not taken this derivation on the notebook, because it is again very time consuming for me and you also. So I have directly explained this derivation from the book. So if you want to know the derivation, you have to just practice these steps. So we'll see what is the first condition, that is UDL, uniformly distributed load. Performing integration with, now we have taken one term, that is sin myx divided by a. So we have to integrate this equation with respect to x. So we'll get this. Now what for we are doing this will be cleared in the next steps. Means why we are doing this will be cleared in the next steps. So again similarly we have integrated the sin n pi y by b with respect to y. We have got this. Now we'll substitute values of this two in equation of qmn. So let's see what is equation qmn. Here is the equation of qmn. So you have to these two terms are included in the equation of qmn, so that's why we have calculated these terms separately. Now we'll substitute values of this two in the equation of qmn. If you substitute values of these two in equation of qmn, and if you integrate the equation, now here you will get values of qmn like this. If you take m and n equal to odd numbers, then you will get this value, and if you take m and n equal to even number, the value will be 0. So that's why we have considered m and n equal to odd number. So we want some solution, so that's why we have not taken this. Okay, if you put these values in equation of wmn, you will get this. So again you have to put this value and integrate it and simplify the equation. Okay, so these are the equations for QMN and WMN. Okay, now if you substitute value of WMN in equation of W, which we have assumed at the start, you will get equation of deflection like this. So this is the required equation of deflection according to the method of for the UDL. So this is the required equation. So you have to solve till this point. If the question is asked on the term that if they ask that derive equation for deflection for uniformly distributed load on simply supported plate, okay, so you have to derive till this point. If they asked that derive equation of moments, so it will not be asked, but if they ask about equation of moment in x direction, if equation of moment in y direction, you can directly take the derivatives of this equation of W and obtain the values. So here we have calculated dou to W upon dou x square. Why we are calculating this? Because we know the moment curvature relation, deflection curvature relation for the calculation of moment. Okay, so according to that, so in the earlier derivation we have taken formulas of mx in terms of W, means that is minus d into dou to W like this by dou x square. So we have taken formulas like this, my, mxy, then formula for q. So we have taken this formula in terms of W. Okay, so all you have to do is you have to find this derivative, whatever that may be, and you have to put this in formula. So here we can see that we have calculated the derivatives of our mx and we have substituted that in the formula, and we have simplified the equation for mx. So this is how you will calculate the values of mx, my, mxy. Then here we have calculated value of qx. So calculation of these values will be like homework to you. So one thing is very important for this derivation, which is integration or basic rules of integration. You must know the basic rules of integration. Now you can see that this derivation is not frequently asked in the examination. The derivation which we have taken in the previous lecture is asked openly, or you can say for every exam. So it is not that important, so that's why also I have not taken this on the notebook. So if you have any query regarding this derivation, you can ask me. Thank you.